Can anyone become a software engineer? This is kind of a loaded question. Ari, you asked me a very loaded question. No, I think everyone can code, but I don't know if everyone can be a software engineer. And I try to be careful about this one because I don't like, not everyone can be doctors, or not everyone can be lawyers, not everyone can do what can everyone be a basketball player. So I don't think everyone can professionally become a software engineer, but the barrier to entry is a lot lower than a lot of different things, because with like being a doctor, you need to graduate and then go to med school and then go to residency and whatnot. For lawyer, you have to go to law school and pass the bar and whatnot. But with software development, there are a lot of software developers that don't even have high school degrees or don't have a college computer science degree. So the barrier to entry to become a software engineer is a lot lower. And as long as you kind of put in the time and effort for it, then I really believe that you can be a software engineer. But I don't think necessarily like everyone will enjoy being a software engineer. So it really is what you are interested in doing. And I like I said, the example that I like to use with me, why I like software engineering and software development is, to me, it feels like I'm solving this never-ending Rubik's Cube. And so far, I've been looking at a computer screen while like reading code for almost like 8 to 10 hours straight. Maybe taking like 30 minutes to an hour break, like eating lunch or drinking coffee and resting a little bit. But you have to be okay with looking at a code for that long periods of time, and being okay with getting frustrated, being okay with things not working, reading errors, Googling. It takes a certain type of perseverance to be able to get through it, but it may not be for everyone. So I think anyone can have the opportunity to become a software engineer, but maybe not everyone can be a software engineer. Do we need to have a passion for coding? I think there has to be a little bit of passion. I mean, I think I'm fortunate enough that I enjoy what I do. And maybe that's, not everyone is in that type of situation. So that's kind of what I was alluding to, is you have to kind of enjoy that grind of trying to figure out this black box sometimes where, there's no instructions manual or anything like that. So yeah, you as a software engineer are like required to be the one that's coming up with like the solution or the way to handle things. I think you're kind of more or less building out the guidelines rather than someone telling you how to do it and what to do. So as a software engineer, you're the solutions girl or you're the solutions guy, essentially. See, this is why he needs to just take over the channel, because he said it in such a simpler way. You got to try it out, and you got to figure out if you actually like it or not. And yeah, I think you kind of develop that, I don't want to say passion, but you develop that interest, at least that initial interest of, oh, this is really cool and I like it. For me, it was watching a YouTube video, learning about Android programming, writing code in Java, which I have no idea what I was doing, but I was able to move like a green ball from this position to this position and have it animated going from left and right. And I was like, oh my God, this is so mind-blowing. I'm able to do something and actually see it on the screen. So that was kind of my aha moment of, wow, I was like, I could actually build things and have it on the web or on a mobile platform. And I could just do so much with this. Like, the potential is limitless. So that's kind of why I really had this initial spark and interest to learn software development. But I'm not going to lie, it was super hard. My coding bootcamp was 3 months. I felt overwhelmed. Sometimes I was very close to tears at moments. And I guess to bring context, like, I moved to New York from Austin, and I didn't really have any family or friends in New York when I went. And I kind of did that intentionally so I don't get distracted during my learning. But at the same time, going from the West Coast to Central to the East Coast in the middle of like February, April, it's so cold, and experiencing snow every day for the first time, that was kind of eye opening or a rude awakening for me. So like that was like one of the first times where I had to really consider buying snowshoes or snow boots, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, but now I've been living in the East Coast for 6 years, so I'm used to it now. That's what happened to my a lot on and off. Not so yeah, consistency is super hard. It's like one of the major blockers for a lot of people trying to break into the space, because everyone's got things to do, man. And it's not necessarily like, is coding hard? It's just, is coding a priority for you right now? And like, that's why I think motivation is such a bad way to like push for things. Because if I'd use motivation alone for my YouTube channel, then my YouTube channel wouldn't exist, because there are weeks where I just don't want to do it. But it's because I'm disciplined, and it's because I know what I want to do, what I want to get out of this, and what I'm ultimately trying to do with this channel is the reason why I do what I do. And just like, I mean, I see so many parallels with my YouTube channel on coding, is that I know motivation can help me get started. And, you know, there are more days where I'll be more like energized to do it, and some days where I won't be. But what really keeps me going and being consistent, even though maybe my channel isn't as big as all these other YouTubers in the same community, is that I have my own journey and I'm going to figure it out. And if it's a natural progression, a slow natural progression, then so be it. But yeah, I think what's more important to me in terms of like when you actually put effort into something is staying disciplined, and those are my 2 cents.